Hey fellas, I have a quick tutorial for you guys today. I'll show you how to import 3D models into your easy FPS editor project using Blockbench and a program called Noesis. If you want to see more about Blockbench, you can check out my previous video about breakable walls. There I show you how to make a simple shape and add a texture to it. But for now I have this barrel that I made last night. It doesn't look great, but I'm still learning. So when you have your model ready, you go to File, Export FBX model. Then here you can play around with the export scale, but you can always scale up or scale down in Engine. So I'll keep it at 16. Then embed textures and unselect this since there are no animations, and this will just be a decoration. Then click confirm, and I'll save it here in my 3D models folder. I'll call it barrel. Now that's saved, then you can close Blockbench. Then go over to your folder wherever you saved your model. You'll see the FBX over here and the texture that comes along with it. So you can go ahead and rename this as barrel. It's important to keep all the files the same name. So the model, the texture, and in Engine we'll name it barrel as well. Then after you've exported your FBX model, you should see it here in your models folder wherever you saved it. So here I have barrel FBX and the texture that came along with it. Then you can just double click on barrel FBX, and if everything went well, you should see the model here with the texture applied to it. Then you can go ahead and click File, Export. Then you can choose any destination file you like. I'm just going to keep it in the same folder here. Just remember to change the name and take out away. So it should just be called barrel as well. Then you change the main output type to MD3, which is an old Quake 3 model type. If you want, you can also choose the additional texture output, make that PNG. I think that'll just save the model and the texture with it, but we already have it here, so that's not necessary. And then the last step is to rotate 90, otherwise it'll appear sideways or in the wrong direction when you put it in your project. So just rename it to your model name, make it MD3. Additionally, you can change it here to PNG and then rotate 90. Then click export. Cool, so that's done. Press OK, close, and then you can close Noesis as well. And then wherever you exported your model, you should see it here. Now we have barrel MD3 and a copy of your texture. So we don't need both of them. I'll just delete this one. All you have to do is copy your MD3 model and the texture to go with it. And then go over to your easy FPS Editor main folder. I'll be using Alpha 49 today, which is the latest build. Go to your projects folder, your project name, and look for the models folder and paste them both in here. Oh yes, I forgot. I also have a table model I'll be using too. So I'll grab my MD3 model and the texture to go with it, copy that, and I'll paste that in my models folder as well with the barrel. Cool, so I have two 3D models ready. Now we can open up Easy FPS Editor. Then go ahead and open your project. I just made this really small area for the purposes of this tutorial. Then you go to Entity Settings, Decoration Settings, and then we can add our barrel. Click here. I'll just make it solid lit and disable culling. Then that's all you have to do. Click accept. And I'll add my table as well. Then we can go over to Advanced Tools, 3D Model Configurator. Click on this little box down here, and you should find your two decorations there. So let's do barrel first. Then all you have to change here is World Model down at the bottom. Click this little box. And then you'll find your MD3 model either here in your models folder or in your projects folder, wherever you put it. Then just click on the model you need, say open, and it should be good. Then you can also change the scale here if you find it's too big in Engine. But I'm going to show you a cool trick, a kind of hidden feature of how to change that in-game shortly. Then I'm going to generate collision, and that's about it. Accept. And then go back there one more time and add your second model if you have. So I'll add my table now. Load the world model. And that should be good. Accept. Once you have your models ready, you can go ahead and test your project. Cool, so after you press test project and you are walking around in your map, you can go ahead and press the console command button. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the one next to number 1 and under escape on your keyboard. It's that button you would press to put cheats in your games back in the day. So press that and then type build and hit enter. Then you should see this. You'll see at the top left there we have barrel and table. Now to cycle between them, press G to go down and T to go up. There we go. Sometimes the model doesn't load in immediately, so you can press T and G to cycle through your models. And this is also why we make it an MD3 model, is so that you can use it in this build mode. It only works with MD3 models. And what's cool about this mode is you can walk around and place your decorations however you like. And you can also fly if you press spacebar. And if you press shift, you'll go down. So you can carefully place models wherever you like. Then if you use the arrow keys on your keyboard, you'll see on the right side of the screen there, we can scroll through the offsets, rotation, and scale. And then to change the scale, just press left on your keyboard to scale down and right to scale up. So I'm going to scale these down to 0.5. That looks better. And then I'll place it here in the corner. Just click the left mouse button to place. And you can place as many as you like. So I'll place one there, and you can stack them as well. So if you use the arrow keys, you can go up to offset and change the Z offset. There we go. Now you can have stacked barrels too. And then I'll switch over to my table. So I'll press G. And this table is pretty big, so I'll scale it down as well. There we go. And then you can rotate it as well. Just change the Z rotation. And as you can see, this build mode is really cool because you can position your 3D models however you like. And you won't be limited by the default grid. So it's quite nice. Pretty nifty. Then I can just place my table right there. So once you're happy with that, the last step is to press the console command button again. And then type build, space, save, and hit enter. Now, what happens when you do that is it'll save a script file in your projects folder that we'll have to go and adjust now. And to get out of this mode, you can just type build again. And you'll see there's no collision yet on your models. That's because we have one more step. So just press escape and exit out of this. Then go back to your Easy FPS Editor project folder and look for a folder called scripts. Then you should see your map name with ENT at the end of it. So we just need to open this with a text editor. You can just drag this in here. Then all you have to do is get rid of this first line. Procedure load entities, just delete that. Move that up and get rid of this end line as well. So it should just say entity spawn at position. Then we can press save. Close that. And the last step is to rename this. Just take ENT away. So it should be your map name.script. And then when you go back to test, it should be working. Let's see how these do. You can see now I can't go further than this. So I'll have to adjust one or two more things. But it does have collision now. I can jump on these barrels too. But yeah, I can't get any closer than this. I should be able to. So what we'll change is you can go back to 3D model configurator. Then I'll change the table first. I think it's the scale. So I think we scaled it down to 0.6 in the build mode. So we can change it here as well. accept. And same thing for the barrel. I scaled it down to 0.5. Then accept. Let's see if that fixed it quickly. Okay, yeah, it's a bit better now. I can get closer to the table before the collision triggers. I can jump on top. And the barrels. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better. So you can get closer to them now. And you can jump on them. Nice. The cool thing about using this build mode is that it won't take up any space on your default grid. So those decorations I placed just now, they won't appear here. You'll only see them when you test your game. But say you've already placed some models and you want to place some more, then I'll show you the process quickly. So just test your game again, and then type build mode, or build. And then say you want to place some more stuff, maybe on this side. Maybe a stacked table, WWE style, like that. Then we'll go and type build save again, hit enter, and then exit out of this. Then go back to your projects folder, go back to scripts, and you'll see you have a new script over here from the one we just made. So all you'll do is open the first script we made, and then we'll just add the entities from this new script into this one. So there's the new models I just added. You can copy that. Go back to your first script, and then press enter, and paste them there. Then you can save that. Then you can delete this one. And this is the script file that loads all your 3D models. So it's done through here, and not on this default grid. So let's test it again. And there you have it. You have your models that you placed first, and then your new models, all working with the same script. And that's how you'll add more stuff to your project, after already adding stuff. Very nifty. Shout out to my friend Freckles, who helped me out with this a few weeks ago. And just one last thing I thought I'd show you, just to avoid any confusion. If you only have one 3D model added to your project, and you go to build mode, it'll look like this, even if you added the model and textures and everything correctly. So to avoid that happening, after you've added your decoration and added the 3D model to it, go to entities here, click on your decoration, and then just place it anywhere in the map, just to get the model preloaded. Then when you go back to test mode, you'll see it here, and it works. But then once you go back to build mode, it should load properly then. And that's how you get around that issue. So if you only have one model, just place it on the grid manually, and then go into build mode, and it should load properly. And then just follow the steps I showed you previously to make it work. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to join the Discord anytime, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.